the Paid in Exposure Podcast.
Let's get it.
A podcast about how
We are officially back. I don't know where the hell we been.
next level in the business. We just leveled up. Hosted by Key,
AKA Kino.
I still have not changed that on the board.
Gavin B.
We unscripted. And I actually just spoke to Key last week. I'm trying to get her to come on, but she be busy.
Wait, so I can't pay an exposure?
Hell no. Look, if you attempt to pay me an exposure, I will laugh. I will send your email back, and I will put you in the photography group. If you are a Charlotte photographer and you are actually interested in being in the Charlotte Dopest Instagram group, hit me up. I'll talk to the people that be, in all honesty, Berto, and see if he'll let you get in, which he wants everybody to be in there, so I'm sure he'd be good with. First off, notes. This is the Paid in Exposure Podcast. This is episode... Hold on. Don't judge now, because I ain't been here in a minute. This is episode 149, of the Paid in Exposure Podcast. I am super excited. My name is Gavin, a.k.a. I am _ Gavin B, if you want to follow me. A.k.a. Coke, a.k.a. whatever you want to call me. I am a Charlotte photographer, maternity photographer, engagement photographer. I got a wedding this weekend. I had one 2 weeks ago. I'm always shooting something. However, I've learned to create boundaries within my business. So now, if you go on my schedule, I think I got a consultation today. I ain't even thought about that shit. Hold on. This is live on air. No, I got a consultation tomorrow. Thank God. Anywho, I have learned to take breaks. I don't shoot on Mondays. I technically don't shoot on Tuesdays. And I get to work starting on Wednesdays. So I'm in the studio Monday and Tuesday, so I guess it's not really a break. But when I'm in the studio Monday and Tuesdays, it's a lot of reading emails, catching up on everything I did over the weekend. And I don't shoot afternoon on Sundays. Like, I need time with my family, my friends. I ain't got them first. My wife, you know what I'm saying? So it's like really taking those breaks. Create that within your life. Another hack is learning what clients not to work with. I had to figure that out entirely the hard way. A couple of people who I used to work with, or a couple of people that have DM'd me trying to work as well. And I'm thinking about 3 people in particular. I have not worked with them in so long. And thank God, it's a lot of fakes. It's a lot of scammers out here. It's a lot of just bad energy and juju. And I hate the whole energy concept, but it really is, Learning which clients to avoid is a hack in this business. And that's everything from, they're emotionally unstable online. It's a lot of they don't have nobody consistent around them online. It's a lot of complaining online. Nothing scares me more when I see a client online who always is in some shit. Always. Meaning they go somewhere and it's always a problem for them. Or they go somewhere and somebody's always judging them or coming down on them. Or they are in the mix and they have to tell their story to express themselves. It's always something with them. That junk, this ain't even cute. Hold on. That junk is annoying for me. And I try to avoid those people at all costs. But we're going to get there later. First things first. We passed the first things first. Western Digital is down. I don't know if that's bothering anybody. It bothers me. But Western Digital... if you don't know what Western Digital is, they do all of, probably, if you have a external hard drive, it's probably made from them or SanDisk, right? That's how big Western Digital is. But the reason why Western Digital being down is so important, is because they have a cloud service. Now, this is going to be the worst ad ever for Western Digital. Because I think you should get one. They have a cloud service. It's called MyCloud. MyCloud is amazing. If you have a Google Drive, shit like that, you need to get rid of that. It looks unprofessional. It sounds corny. And honestly, it might be safer now that I'm doing this. But Google is cool, but it just looks bad. It's just the logistics of it, right? And then as soon as the thing about Google is when you run out of space, you have to delete to create more space, right? And sometimes on the spot, you're making a decision like, do I want to up my monthly fee, right? Do I want to up my subscription? And you might really look at it and go, hell no, I don't want to do that. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just delete such and such things. Hopefully they download it. I'm deleting it right now. Delete, gone. Western Digital, they have a MyCloud service that now, if it wasn't down, I will be able to, anywhere in the world, as long as where my hard drive is on the internet, I can access it. That's cool because I actually send out links to my clients to let them know, like, hey, here's a link to your folder for your pictures. If you ever need it, you can go here, you can download it. I've only done that for like 3 of my clients, and they're not even clients, they friends at this point, but I don't feel like, hey, you still got my picture? Nope, I'm gonna let you comb through this shit. And it's cool, right? Western Digital, they do stuff like that, but their servers are down. They got breached. There was a hack. It's a lot of fishy stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to just put it like that. Around the world. This morning, the dude from Cash App just got killed, and they don't know what happened. If you're looking around, a couple of countries are linking together and getting rid of the US dollar. That's interesting. You start looking at what's going on with TikTok, and I'm doing a little bit more research on what's going on. That's interesting. Another thing that's super interesting, I don't know if anybody knows it, but all the engagement is down on like every platform. That is a red flag for me. I'm looking at people who used to get tons of views on TikTok cut down. Don't put nothing on YouTube Shorts, because if you do, that's going to be your stuff that used to get like 2,000 views now is getting like 10. And I'm in a couple of YouTube groups that are sponsored by big YouTubers, and they are having a great day of like, hey, how to increase your engagement on YouTube. And they got all this bullshit that makes you think like you're going to do it. And their videos are doing good, but everybody in the comments is like, yo, my short views are down. Instagram. We're going to get to y'all a little bit. Twitter is now saying that if you don't have a blue check, they're not even going to show your stuff to people unless people are following you, which is BS. Interesting. Elon just wants to ruin Twitter, which is fine. So it's definitely a lot of fishy business going on. So with that, I'm looking at Western Digital. There's a lot of people like myself who I can technically access, sorry, I was trying to see if somebody's coming in. I can technically access my my cloud when I'm on the server, the local server. So if I'm at home, for those who don't know, and it's cool if you don't, that's why you got me. If you are at home, I can access the local server. I can do everything I need to do, and it's cool, right? But when I'm here, like in studio, because my stuff isn't in studio, I can't access it. Now, that is the ugly part and kind of the drama that's going on. Still think you should get one. Laws just stepped in. I don't know. Laws might come and sit down for a little bit, but, he ain't doing shit. But, look, Laws said he going to come and sit down. So, I do think, like, we are in a position where if you do get a Western Digital, a MyCloud, it's super dope because my man said, let him dodge everything that's going on. Western Digital is a cool part to say, like, if you are going to, hold on, let me let my man sit down and get his seat. Look, this man had no idea. What up, though? Oh my gosh. Look, now we got some shit to talk about.
Oh, dang, I gotta get off of here, bro. Damn.
It don't matter. I gotta change the camera to us anyway, but you get there. But the cool thing about the server part is it is a situation where you can say, hey, I want to, you don't have to keep paying for cloud space. You can keep saying, yo, I'm gonna pay this one fee. I think mine's like $400 or $500. Like I said, I keep it at home. It's always accessible unless one of y'all niggas want to hack it. Now, Laws is probably about to laugh because I skipped around in this sheet because I wanted to talk about, I was just talking about how stuff is real weird. The dude from Cash App got killed this morning.
Wait, what?
The founder of Cash App in yeah, he got killed this morning, dog. They knocking off crypto people left and right. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. So
I wasn't ready. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I was talking about how engagement seems to be down across the board on any platform that you're
Absolutely.
And then we get to Instagram and this blue check.
Yeah, it's not about likes anymore. It's just clout.
Okay, so now we
all
here.
the clout we need. Yeah.
So for those who not know, Laws know because he sees the background.
Always.
I have Instagram as the first topic, but I actually knocked off Western Digital because it's serious right now.
Yeah.
And so,
I didn't know it was that serious when we were talking about it yesterday, but okay.
Yeah. And because a lot of, we got the banks in Silicon Valley, that situation. Right. A lot of crypto people is in trouble. And then you just had an owner of Cash App who is out walking around in San Francisco at 2:30 in the morning. And he gets stabbed to death. And of course, they have no leads, no suspects, no video, no nothing.
Yeah, that's nuts. Wait, people in crypto are in trouble. Expound on that.
You start looking at, I'm looking at Silicon Valley. They was invested in a lot of that money around out there It's all with crypto. The government don't like crypto for their particular reasons.
The American government does not like crypto for their particular reasons. Yes.
Yeah, so you start noticing a lot of these people are in trouble. They losing money. I forgot what was going on not too long ago, a couple months ago, when they was literally losing people's money. And, you know, and I find it funny when you got Mark Cuban, billionaires, talking out like the government got to come and bail people out. And it's just like, you know, I just find it interesting. And now we got my man from Cash App gone. Got me thinking like, damn, what's about to happen with Cash App? But but this blue check, this blue check is interesting. Laws, I talked about our Instagram group earlier.
They got my blue check on back order. Sorry, go ahead.
Look, so a couple weeks ago, Instagram started saying that, hey, we're gonna start verifying people. You can sign up and get verified. Now, verification back in the day, for those who not know, you go into your accounts, you go into settings. There was a verification option. You clicked it. Instagram would do their own research.
Right, you had to have a criteria. Yeah,
they had a criteria that was hard to find.
Yes,
but they had their idea of what a criteria looked like, and then they would just let you know if you got it or not.
Right.
If you didn't get it, you never got notified. You just didn't get it.
You just didn't get it.
And so now they made that process super easy. Anybody, you can sign up. You can pay your $14.99. It comes with it is. Look, it comes with a chat line, security, and you get your blue badge.
But wait, there's more.
Y'all fell for it. They got y'all. They got
okie doke.
Okay,
man.
let me do it like this. How do you feel about it before I say my part?
Oh God, yeah.
This is
so
funny,
mine is pretty short and
was gonna
sweet. I think it's been crazy. I've been around since Instagram was started. I'll say that I was on Instagram in 2012.
Super early,
right? And so I was posting like, I'm about to take a road trip in my friend's car. Post the car like it was mine or something. You know what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. So it was always simple. I remember posting my best friend's graduation in 2012, and you know, oh, he had a reserved, you know, dinner reservation and stuff like that. So I'm saying all that for context to let you know how I've seen it evolve over time, right? So way back when, no one cared about shit when it came to Instagram. As time progressed, it was about, oh, what is my follower to following ratio, right? And if I can be frank about it, the blue check, the verified check really drove people to do things like do mass unfollowings, download apps where you can monitor who's following, who unfollowed, all those things because of this sense of verification. Facts. It was as if we continue to build out our Instagram platform where I have more people following me than if I have more followers than I am following, I will soon or eventually get a blue check. That was literally the start of that. Otherwise, we would have never cared about unfollowing people or any of that because it wasn't necessarily about quote unquote engagement. Engagement became a thing of the last 5 to 6 years or so. Yeah. When Instagram started to create reels because of Snapchat and then TikTok came along, XYZ. So this blue check is literally just another step along the way of faux and false verification, false validation on an app that never mattered.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's my take, guys.
So I'm behind him 100%. I feel like we should have had somebody here who lives and dies for social media love.
Oh shit.
And cachet so that they could cuss us out. But we really don't hang around those people. So, but
fuck that. I'm getting my blue check, bro. Like I said, it's on back order. I was spoofed last week. I'm scared. I need to be validated.
Well,
in real time.
We gonna talk about that too. Here's my take. At first, when I saw it, so I got an email from Instagram before they made the announcement. It said get verified now. So I'm thinking oh shit, I didn't did enough.
Right.
I'm ready.
You got exclusive access.
Yeah, because I was on Instagram super early when they had the bad filters. When it was almost like Twitter without statuses, right?
Yes.
Because it was just hey, here's a feed.
It literally was.
It would just upload pictures.
No caption.
Just pictures. Yep. You couldn't do captions. Then it was yo, we're going to let you do captions.
Yep.
Then you could leave comment. And it was a dope app, right? It was great, but it was no thinking about it.
11 years. Wow.
Bruh, I remember me and Karina went on her Instagram because I was her first post on Instagram because she didn't have it, and I had to show her how it worked.
Right.
So she took a picture of me and just uploaded it.
Yep.
And me
that's
and her.
how Casper used to be back then. It was
that's in. Look, she's just a girl at work. She's just a short at work. It was an entrance in there to holler at her.
Right.
I was let me show you how Instagram.
And it was no harm, no foul. People weren't reading into your personal life from her posting that photo back then. That's crazy to think about, bro.
And now look at us.
Yeah, dog. oh, they doing something.
They doing something. And so,
golly.
and then,
Wow.
like you said, then it became the follow unfollow game. Then
Yeah,
it
man.
became to see like, just how many likes. So me and you
Yes.
went through the phases of when
Yes.
people was, and they still do it. So it's not like that. People was buying followers. People was buying likes.
Yeah.
You know, it used to be you could just buy the followers. Then it became you can buy the likes as well. Now you could buy comments.
Facts.
Now you know,
Yo, real quick, shout out to you. You were literally one of the first people I found on Instagram with like multiple thousands of followers that were number one real, but then we're averaging like 200 to 300 likes on average. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Per photo.
And,
Keep going.
And I worked hard to get there.
Yeah, 10
it took-
years in the making.
And, yeah, look, it took that. And it took some, you know, I used to have a thing, so y'all don't feel like y'all about to call me out. I used to have a thing where I was unfollowing people because if you wasn't following me, I was like, all right, we're not doing something right. And then as my work got better, people just found me. Now, I remember one day I felt grimy because I unfollowed a girl 3 times. And I wasn't even noticing it. It was just, yo, you ain't following me.
Nope.
Unfollow.
You're not engaging.
And then she hit me up. And I was like, damn, I look like a loser. So I stopped it that day. And shout out to you. I don't know if you want me to say your name. You got a man and a husband and a kid now. So I'm going to leave you alone.
Don't
shorty.
leave them off social media.
And yeah, so but she checked me, and this funny part was I ran into her later at another shoot, and she was like, "Yeah, you used to unfollow people a lot," and I said, "Yeah, that was the old me." Now with that, I was chasing something. I was chasing validation, and I understand that. That's why this blue check today pisses me off, or it makes me laugh, and I put clown labels on people. So I remember when people was getting blue checks because you had to be famous enough.
Right.
You know, so before last week, to get a blue check, you had to have so many articles written about you. So many people had to be searching your name.
You're a college athlete.
Yeah,
And
so
you
like
won school.
Yeah, athletes used to get through, actors used to get through. They used to make sure you had to have like a brand page. Early
Right.
it was like you had to have a page on Facebook. That was
Oh,
a way of
okay,
doing it.
yeah.
And then it became this is what nobody want to tell you. Then there was that game of, yo, just pay.
Right. It was a ticket too.
It was a ticket. Yeah, like if you wasn't famous enough,
Right.
you wasn't getting it. But if you was on the cusp, and then it turned into, yo, like they don't want to say it, but it was a couple $1,000s, 10 racks.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? People
There you go.
knew that, yo, you find this person can get you a blue check, but hey, bro, it's gonna cost you. Then that number started coming down and down, and then the scammers started getting it. That's why that number started coming down.
Right.
Because it was like, yo, I can get you a blue check. I ain't never getting you a blue check. You know what I'm saying? And then you get the Voyage Raleighs, the Voyage Atlantas, the Voyage
ATL.
LA. And the reason why I'm naming those
Golly.
places, and shout out to those
Shout out to
publications.
I about to say gotta say shout out to them.
But they was playing a part of not of the game, but they was playing a part of where influencers, quote unquote, was going to get articles written about them.
Right. Notoriety. Yes.
Notoriety.
Yes.
So
Yes.
thank you. That's why this man popped up. God made sure this man popped up right before this podcast got too off the rails. And so it's super dope, right? And so now we in this position of the $14.99.
Yeah.
And at first, so I got the notification. I'm thinking I'm about to get that. And then so I sign up. And so it was like, we'll send out more information. So then, shout out to Henry. He hit me up, was like, yo, you seen this? And I was like, no, but I think I just got an email for that.
Yeah.
He goes, bruh, they about to start charging people. I said, charging? Oh, let me go unsign up for this shit. So it said, they asked me 3 times that I want to take my name off the wait list. And I was like, yeah, because I'm not finna pay y'all.
Right.
And then I sat with it. And then I started seeing people who had 10 times as many followers as me start talking about it, who wasn't verified yet.
Mm-hmm.
And they were mad because they was doing all the work
The work. Yeah.
to get there. And it was like, yo, now y'all just going to make me pay for something when y'all was going to be able to elevate me to a status. But now it's like, yo, just give us $15 of money. You can get there. And then I started looking at it. I said, man, you know, we had this deep discussion in our photo group of should you pay for it? Because there is clients who look at this blue check as, yo, you popping.
Right. I want to be with the dudes. Well, we've talked about that too without the blue check. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They want to shoot with the person that's out there.
That's hot.
popping. Yeah.
And for me, it's scary, bro, because we are in this industry where it's a vain ass industry, dog. Like let's just keep it real.
So vain that I don't get as much work, and it's not me not getting work per se, but if I don't modify your photo to be a glam shot, you're not likely to book with me versus the person who's going to make you look better. It is vain.
There-
Let's be honest about this shit.
We run across people, and this ain't the majority,
No.
and this ain't even a majority of clients that pay.
Mm.
There's a great deal. The surface, that 20% that get to represent the remaining 80,
Right.
it is those people like, yo, you can't make me look plastic. No, I can't work with you.
Yeah.
You can't slim in my waist. You can't do this.
Literal questions.
We
yes.
have the dudes. Yo, bro, you can't make my beard look this way. You can't fill in my hairline. You
Been
can't,
there.
You can't take this off my face. Like, and it's tough.
It is.
Because then you get the who is laws to tell me, yo, you need to love yourself
Right.
when I'm paying laws to be here. Like there's that thin line, right?
Absolutely.
And as a man, we don't get to tell women, yo, sweetie, you should love your body as it is.
Never ever.
Do that shit if you want to, dog.
I mean, this is lace fronts. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. You gotta get no lace fronts. Sweetheart, I didn't tell you to get it done like that. I ain't tell you to get it done at all.
You saw
but now
JT
you got
at the
me
Dream Festival?
You got me trying to fix it.
You seen JT at the Dream Festival?
No.
JT, I hope you don't follow this podcast. Look at her wig, dog.
Lord, no, don't.
I'm gonna put it over the screen so y'all see it.
Now I ain't gonna lie to y'all. The first thing I'm looking at is the wig, but I'm
It's
like,
not. Because I kept wondering, I'm like, why people keep showing JT? Like,
And then I'm gonna tell you the thing that's making me say, it made me,
bruh.
the wig and the rest of it.
Yeah.
Underwhelming. Sorry, but yeah.
So we are in that position where it's like, yo, there's this blue check. And then also, I said this in a group, and I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all.
What's up?
Instagram been lying to us,
Uh-huh.
and my clients don't give a damn about no blue check.
Not at all.
Now, what do I mean by Instagram been lying? Instagram has been very clear on their BS. Instagram is here to make money. Apparently, they made 40-something million or whatever.
Yeah.
This past week,
Big profit.
and I believe it
Yep.
because I've seen a lot of y'all thirst buckets online. But Instagram, the funny part was like, oh, we're gonna hide people's likes because we care about y'all
It's insane.
emotions.
Yeah.
No, they don't. They know a lot of us, a lot of people, and I'm saying us as followers, the people that's on their platform, has been lying about likes, followers, comments, all that. If they hide it, if they allow you to hide your fakeness, then now when sponsors has to come, they can't ask you, yo, can we really see your likes? Because you're probably not going to show it to them. But they can work with Instagram to say, hey, we want to work with this person. Can we get a report from them? Now Instagram can start charging them. When it happens, y'all remember where you heard it from.
That's crazy.
They bullying comments. They hiding stuff from you. The algorithm changes every week, every
week.
day.
We went from being able to reach 100% of our followers organically, naturally, whether we wanted to or not,
Yeah.
to I think I'm on average reaching, give or take, about 10 to 15%. And I'm actually okay with that because it tells me from a business standpoint, that's a decent margin. But I can't imagine, like,
Bro, there's an app called Hype Auditor. If y'all ever get the chance, go on Hype Auditor. You have to sign into your Instagram account. It will show you how many people you reach, the percentage of your followers that you reach,
yeah.
how many people of your account that engage, and then you can look up other people's. Now, back in the day, you could look up anybody's for free. And that's how a lot of y'all was getting caught up in people knew y'all had fake followers, aka me. Because I would type in somebody's name, especially if a model had all these followers. I'm like, yo, is this? They'll tell you how many people is organic, if anybody's your thing is fake. And it's spot on for the most part. For me, back in the day, it was showing me how many of my followers are actually great followers.
Right.
Which was dope because it was saying like, yo, too many of my followers had over 1,500 people that they was following. So with that, I had to be really good to get shown into their feed. It was showing, I remember one time I looked up and like Kim K, only 2% of her followers was seeing her work, her page.
That's crazy.
Which for her,
mean,
it doesn't matter when you got
millions on
40
millions on
million,
millions. Right.
You know what I'm saying,
Right.
people.
Exactly.
That's cool. She'll live with that. But it makes sense why she be having 2 million actual people liking her stuff now. Now it makes sense. I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
how you got 40 people that's into your shit and only 1 million people every time, or 1.5, 2 million people seeing it? It makes sense now.
I mean, she can't geotag around the world simultaneously, so you can't be mad at that.
Absolutely.
Next to the fact that the thing that you mentioned as well, blue checks, especially the people who've had the blue checks and were verified before this fiasco started. majority of the people that I know with blue checks, and I know, let's just say about 10, more than that, but we'll say 10, who actually interact with my page and things like that, right? Factually, none of them care that they themselves have a blue check. Whether it's because they're former athletes, whether because they did the work to get it.
Yeah.
They generally, they're still doing the work is what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Whether they're retired, whatever, they're still putting in work in their craft and in their field, which validates them in real life. And they're not concerned about having a blue check or even letting other people know that they have a blue check.
Facts. And I mean, yo, we keeping it a buck. If your work sucks, this blue check ain't gonna help you. You might get the shorty or the homeboy who's like, yo, I'm working with a blue check today. They taking my pictures. But guess what? They get to you, they start working with you, your work is ass. What happens?
And then show me the budget too. I want to see the price sheet.
Absolutely. It's a lot that goes into this blue check that if you ain't doing the work, if you ain't grinding, if you ain't getting better, and then, you know, shout out, I can't remember the person's name. They asked me, how do I know my clients don't care about a blue check?
Yeah.
This is a great time for everybody to sit back and ask yourself, do I know who I'm marketing to? I know who I market to. I feel comfortable in that. You talking to somebody who started doing marketing in 2015.
Yeah.
We almost going on 10 years. And that was doing marketing legit then. Because before then I was doing marketing, but it was freelancing.
Yeah.
But then when you start doing it for an actual company and it's millions of dollars on the line and there's a budget for millions of dollars and you got to be responsible for marketing that, then yeah, we talking real.
Yeah.
And so when I'm sitting there, the first thing they tell you is say, all right, here's a thing. I put it like this. When I was working for Marriott and working for the Ritz-Carlton, I think I put this in a group. And I sit down and I give out all these dumbass ideas. And let me tell you why they dumb. I said, yo, we got to do radio, we got to do TV, we got to and I was there as the social media coordinator at the time. And my boss looks at me and she said, I don't know who that was. They ain't getting through. But my boss looks at me and she goes, oh, we're not doing radio ads. I said, huh? She said, no, maybe we don't do those. I said, all right. I said TV. She said, no, we don't do TV ads either.
We're not diluting this brand, dog.
And that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, what the hell you mean? She said, oh, the people who have the money the people who have the salary.
I don't even watch TV.
That we want in here. Not that can pay for it, but even the people, we're going to narrow it down to the people we want in here. They don't watch TV.
They don't watch TV.
So why run ads where they don't, at places that they'll never be at?
They don't change their radio station.
She said they don't be on radio. She said
market on NPR.
Look, and so her thing was, she said, if anything, we might put a billboard or something on a golf course. But even that is so old school. That was her mindset. So I'm thinking like, I'm still stuck on, wait, y'all don't do stuff on TV? She said, yeah, unless it's something that a Ferrari is talking to us, a Lamborghini is talking to us.
I knew that was
she
coming.
said, we won't even worry about that. And I thought about it.
Rolls Royce. You don't see commercials, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely. So she started naming out other brands. She said, when the last time you seen those ads? I said, well, I haven't. She said, exactly. Because they don't do that. And so so with that, I know my clients and I know where they're going to look at, what they're looking for. My biggest struggle for clients is they don't like working with somebody that's just accessible all the time.
Right.
So that's why I can't show most of my work.
Right.
And I was hopping into one of these, just to let y'all know, I have found myself in another boudoir group. I will be reporting back later on if it's BS or not. But the funny part was the lady who was looking over my website, because I'm in there deep. I've infiltrated.
Golly.
She said, yo,
took no time at all.
She said, is this all your maternity work? I said, no. She said, that's good. Because you already have a lot of it on here. And people don't like to know that you work with everybody. She said, doesn't mean you can't work with everybody. You just can't let everybody know you work with any and everybody.
Yeah.
And it stuck with me as well. So, yo, if you want a blue check, I would say it like this. Go get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just know I'm going to be looking at you. And it was a lot of you goofies who ran out there real quick to go get your blue check. And nobody ain't spoofing you. Now, nobody ain't spamming you. You went through that. Yeah. Somebody, and you know, I would say what it would take for me to get a blue check. Laws know what it would take for me to get a blue check, to pay Instagram for it. And I'm not letting y'all know because one of y'all going to do it just so y'all can laugh at me. But how was that? Did it make you consider getting one?
Oh, strong.
Yeah, and I
Heavily.
believe it.
It was really insane, bro. It was a timing thing, right? And then there were so many challenges around the thought of getting a blue check. And I'll say this, and I'll probably be shooting people bail within the statement too. Number one, your blue check would help you, and I think that from before this was a thing, I thought there are certain people that I think are deserving of blue checks that some of them even have them, you know, and that's regionally speaking from Charlotte, right?
Yeah,
You're one of those people, and so I know for a fact you don't have to have it, but even to have it would make you maybe less accessible, even as far as people understanding it, if you will.
Yeah,
For me, it was literally the prime perfect opportunity
to get one
to go get this damn blue check.
Yeah, and I saw that, and I was like, I saw it.
Man,
I'm gonna leave it at that. I saw it, and I was like, I wouldn't even be mad. It's certain people, like you said, certain people who went out and got a blue check. I was not mad at.
yeah.
I was like, you should have had one before then. Especially a lot of people who have high profile jobs,
Right.
who are known.
That's what I'm saying. You
It
know what I
was,
mean?
and I'm
Yeah.
gonna give it an example. When I saw Havia get her blue check, I thought to myself, you should have been had
It
one.
made sense. Exactly.
And to be fair,
Exactly.
where she's at in her
Like
life,
Dennis Reed, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I'm not trying to be funny with certain names or whatever, but some of these names like, yo, if you don't know, that's on you.
yeah.
But some of these people been out here already, you
And
know?
look, and you know what the problem I feel like with O'Havia is, and I feel bad for her is, 6 months from now, let's say Instagram wouldn't have rolled this out, she would have had one.
That's
the
a
thing.
part of the disturbing factor that led to me not getting it, right?
Yeah, because so for those who don't know, O'Havia Phillips, she's a media personality. She's stationed here in Charlotte. And her high profile job now is she is the in arena host for the Charlotte Hornets.
Mm-hmm.
This girl has worked on news. She has worked with two universities in our city.
Yeah.
She is everywhere. When they need somebody to get the crowd right and to bring the energy, and they need, especially, she can go across multiple crowds, but
Oh, yeah.
when they're talking about, we need that black person to come in, it's her. I've literally sat with people who said, I want to be her. It was kind of creepy. And I even told her that some people have told me that, and I think it kind of creeped her out. But she kept it G, and she smiled like she always do. But when she got that Hornet job, I said, oh, her blue check coming. And then Instagram does this, and I'm like, well,
Yeah.
and she went in. I'm assuming this is an assumption, and if Havia makes a whole video about Gavin is wrong, I actually got my blue check. I didn't pay for it. She has every right to do that, and I would actually have to believe her. But when I saw her blue check came, I was like, it makes sense. Somebody like her needs it. Now, it's a certain person out there. It's a couple of you photographers. I don't know what you got one for.
Oh, man. I haven't gone through that
Couple
list
you
of
models.
who did, and I just cannot. I cannot, and I won't.
It's a couple of you models who got fake ass followers. I know.
Let me shoot them some bail real quick.
Okay.
Perception is reality. Perception is reality. If you can get out in front of your own projection of your perception, I can't be mad at you because now you're using it in a way that I would have used it. You know what I'm saying?
True.
I would be then talking to you as a hater because at the end of the day, I had the perfect opportunity to get it and I didn't do it, but for me it was a principle matter. And the principle matter was a $15 bill per month.
Yeah, that's what bothers me.
Like that's just for me. But I couldn't go any further with knowing like, yo, per month I would have to give this out. And not only that, but people would understand that I'm not even operating anymore, and I have before from self-doubt, negative self-talk, all those things, whatever. Not operating from a space of lack and not, I'm operating from a space of abundance. And so I know I'll be able to pay that off, no problem. Like,
Yeah.
principally though,
Principle.
I got kids.
Principle. Facts. And they eat and they need diapers. And
come on, man.
And it's
Come on, man.
Bro, it's like, the principle for me is you asking me for almost $200 a year
Yeah.
for something you're
Yeah.
going to check one time.
Yeah.
Now,
That
here's
is not
other,
guaranteed to have an ROI.
it
feel
is
me?
that part, but here's the other joke. If you've made any money off Instagram, whether it's subscriptions, badges, reels,
Yes, sir.
if you do ads,
Mm-hmm. Done that, yep.
they have your name, address, EIN or social.
Oh, they validated
They
your ass.
validated you.
'Cause they gonna get their money.
They gonna get their
And
money.
when they don't, they gonna keep notifying you until you get your stuff right.
And so
Update your car.
So how do you need my account for this? You need my government ID to verify me for that. Not for that, but for this. And it's weird to me, man. We playing games here.
It's the rhetoric and language that's being used, right? Because that's from a very literal standpoint, right?
Yeah.
And that's how they're pushing this. But let's not make any mistakes. Whoever's in the behind the scenes and behind the veil for Instagram has been able to watch, gauge, and measure people's draw to this blue check.
Oh yeah.
Period. It's not about, we need to validate this or verify this as as realness and real people, any of that. And like I said, I had the prime opportunity to know that. Guys, it took me literally 2 steps and 30 seconds to shut down my spoof pages. And I had people coming back to tell me, oh, I went to report it and I just don't see it anymore. Oh, for real? Dang. Messed it up. Messed up my opportunity. I need more spoofs, baby. I need more attention so I can get my blue check.
Yeah, like my cousin got spoofed.
It's still on back order, ladies and gentlemen. Just wait.
Look,
all right.
They hit me up yesterday and was like, 2 days ago, because me and Mike was laughing at it. They wrote my podcast thing. It is a super interesting thing. If y'all hear any music or knocking, it's because they're doing construction next door to the studio. The joke is, this morning, they had a whole Whitney Houston set over there.
I believe it. They be all over the place.
It has been.
Only thing I ain't heard was gospel, actually.
Yeah,
I've heard everything else.
They was killing Whitney Houston. Now, all right. I think you're gonna love this conversation.
Uh-oh.
So I can't say what, but Laws knows. But I was in Atlanta this weekend.
Yeah. Real dope.
And so I was working on a production, but in that production, I was able to talk to some actors, and it's nothing high key. So don't y'all think that I'm about to be in the next Bad Boys or the next.
Nah, he gonna
Avatar.
be a BMF, ladies and gentlemen. Don't worry.
I wish.
My man.
Look,
Yeah.
yo,
Yeah.
Da Vinci.
Come down to 18. Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
Da Vinci, plug me in. But I'm sitting there, and so I'm talking to some of the extras. And they find out I'm a photographer, and we're talking about that. And I'm talking to this young cat, and he's like, yo, I do video. So me and him are having this conversation. And so I know y'all can hear that shit.
Knocking the boots, boy. Knocking
My man
down.
is killing this wall. I'm waiting for them to put a hole in this wall. But anyway, having this conversation with my mans, and it got me thinking, dog, like, have we failed the youth or Generation Z in this photography space?
I thought you were gonna say in general. Say we? No, somebody did though. We still working on it. We working with them. Okay,
Yeah,
we building these bridges,
bruh.
but somebody has absolutely failed
Like Laws,
somewhere along the way.
like who's going back to the schools?
Exactly.
Who is like they really think this is better than these? You know what I'm saying?
What's
Or
crazy
y'all
is-
can only see this camera, but Law's camera over there.
Yeah.
Like, who is doing that? What are we doing? And it got me thinking. Like, I was talking to one of the young cats, and the reason why I'm thinking about this is because me and my man's was talking, and he said, yeah, he was stressed out about having no clients, and I'm like, well, how old are you? He's in his low 20s, and he's like, yeah, I'm still in school. I got 2 years left of school. And, I'm looking at his work. He working with cameras I ain't never heard of. Black Magics, y'all who actually do this, y'all know what he talking about. And I'm looking at him. I'm like, bro. And I said, bro, you good?
Y'all go look up the ticket on the Black Magic pocket camera. Y'all just go look up how much that costs. Keep going.
Look, and so I'm looking at my mans, and I'm like, bro, you good? Just get out of school. Like, and I told him, I said, bro, your goal should be to get out of college with no debt. If you got to just take pictures. Film, do whatever it takes to get out of school with zero debt. Yes. And I said, you are here, and bruh made $1,000 over the course of 2 days. I said, bruh, this should go to tuition, this should go to student loans, like whatever the case may be, bro. Like, you should get out of school with that. And I was talking to him, and he came to me at the end of the day. He said, can I have your number? I said, yes. I said, take my number. Hit me up anytime you want to talk. And he actually texted me like 2 days later, and he was like, thank you. And I was like, but it got me scared, and I was thinking about, I'm like, yo, have we failed them? Because yo, for y'all who are out there who are listening, when is the last time you talked to a photographer that was in their 20s and tried to help? You know what I'm saying? When have you just been like, hey, you should check this person out? When have you talked about photo books, lenses, cameras? Like, yo, just offered advice about life.
That's where I was hoping that you got, because that's a larger perplexed issue, to be honest, only because you can ask all those questions, and you should direct all those questions to this podcast group, because we're photographers, media specialists, people who operate cameras, XYZ, right? In reality, let's remove the camera aspect, and let's also not remove Generation Z, but let's add ourselves in there, millennials and XYZ. It's something about these baby boomers, man. I have a great appreciation for mentors and older people, if you will. However, I don't remember too many people turning around and giving me, unless I wouldn't go seeking that advice, and then they gave me the best that they could.
Yeah.
But how many people were in our schools?
You right.
Okay, that's number one. Now, when we turn around and look at Generation Z, I actually see more of us going back to the schools and trying to figure out how do we build this bridge because we see the writing on the wall, right?
Facts.
I don't see that the baby boomers, and I'm not saying that I expect them to either, I don't see them recognizing an issue and trying to do something about it en masse.
Yeah.
I see them more so poking holes and saying, oh, don't, that generation is that generation is that. So for that matter, bro, no, it's going to become less and less likely that people will turn around, give away, their gems or things that they've acquired, like their resources. It's kind of like called passing the torch. I'm flat out across the board, generally speaking. Shout out to the baby boomers who actually look out for the next generation, and for anyone who's reaching back and pulling along as they climb. But in general, when it comes to a generalization for the generation, that's a bar.
Ooh,
baby boomers suck ass. Millennials,
shit.
Millennials, we are figuring out the problems and saying, hey, we're not going out like that, right?
Facts.
Y'all remember the cliche about we are not our grandparents.
Facts.
You will get, and I'm not going to apply that to any one given situation or Black Lives
Facts.
Matter, none of that. Okay, cool. So that's just across the board. We see the problems, the writing on the wall, and we're trying to find out solutions. I think that's a valid question, and we can't look to blame anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We got to figure out where we fit in, just like you did with that young man. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And we have to be more open so that more people are willing to come and ask us. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
Yeah.
That part. That is a bar. Being willing to listen.
Mm-hmm. Both sides.
Like you know what it is. You have mentors.
Yes.
You have had mentors. You have one now.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard, like humbling yourself down to say, yo, I need help. I'm willing to go listen and hear somebody.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It takes something, but it's so much greater. Once you get past that part,
right, the
growth is crazy.
Absolutely.
And so yeah, I was just thinking about that, man. I laugh at because I remember when it was just Photoshop, right? I remember then when Lightroom came out, and then it was just like, yo, you got to do Lightroom, like you got to test it out. You know what I'm saying? And I remember when I have my 7D Mark I back there. That camera is ass. It was amazing when I first got it. It's terrible now. That's how old it is.
When you first
but,
get it,
I didn't realize I needed a new camera until I got one. I love to tell the story that I was taking pictures and JK, Designs by JK, looked at my lens and he said, yo, is that the 70 to 110 or whatever, 105? I was like, the 24 to 105. I said, yeah. He says the 4.0. I said, yeah. He said, as soon as you leave here from this wedding, go throw it in the trash. And I looked. I was like, I only got 2 lenses.
Right.
He said, yeah. Just toss it. Just throw it. You don't need it no more. And I'm like, why? He said, bro, that lens is so bad. So old. It's so bad. It's hurting you more than it's helping.
Yeah.
Your other lens, no matter what it is, you need to figure out a way to either make money solely with that one or get you another one.
Yeah.
And he was right.
Yeah.
I don't know where that shit at now.
That was the same advice I think you gave me, actually. I started with a Nikon D3400. I had a factory lens when I first started.
Oh, yeah. That's the first thing I told you.
On camera flash wasn't helping. I said, what am I supposed to? And that's when I really learned the nitty gritty of what this camera game is, okay?
Yeah.
You gotta have some bread.
And look, you do. I always tell people, like, this is a hobby that can become a job real quick, and it sucks because you do it for passion and love, and you really don't need the upgrades, but to get what you want to go, to get to where you want to go, to get what you want out of this, you do got to invest.
Absolutely.
And a lot of us, and Laws hears it from me, because I have no problem with telling any creative this. Don't kill yourself. Don't be a starving artist.
Nope.
Don't kill yourself doing this. And just because you have to go get a job don't mean you can't come back to this.
Facts.
So if you got to take 3 months off to go serve and wait tables, to Uber, to DoorDash, to fucking do whatever, you go do it, and then you can come back to this and say, yo, this is that. Because nobody cares.
Nope.
Nobody cares that Diddy was a executive not making money, but he was working at a car wash. Yeah. Nobody cares that. That's actually, it makes your end story even doper.
It does.
I used to Uber, and niggas used to get in the back of my car and say, hey, ain't you a photographer? Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Now, whenever y'all do my doc, shout out.
Who's gonna play your Bible, bro?
Bro, I don't know. Probably that little boy I took pictures of.
That's what I'm about to say. Hey, but you brewing the
look. Got my man in the cam waiting. He like 8, so when he about 23, we gonna be good.
Win, boy. But I got to roll for you, little boy. You didn't even know that, did you?
Think about it. At the end of my story, somebody got to talk about like, yo, I remember when he was out there grinding in an Uber. And I look, it was tough. Waking up at 5 to go Uber because I was not making enough in photography was tough, yo. But it had to be done. And speaking of money, I'm gonna just run through this fast. The Canon R3 might be a little overkill. This is the Canon R3. Laws, can you point to your camera? That is the R5.
Boy, these some nice cameras. Somebody gave me some tech specs on these things like the other day too, so
Bruh.
very impressed. Yeah.
Only thing that's crazy to me, and I got to figure it out, I still don't know. Law's camera, the resolution is like 48, 49 megapixels.
Yeah.
This is only like 25, which is interesting
It's
to
just
me.
weird. How do they do
I got to do my research.
much higher upgrades, but they're like
Yeah.
trying to condense certain parts of it to make it less appealing. Or
I will
something.
tell y'all, this camera colors is fire,
Crazy.
and look, the biggest thing about this R3 is there is 0 camera limits on how long I can record.
See, and that's
As long as your memory card has enough space, it will record it. It's no limit on it.
I like that.
I appreciate that about that. I'm gonna do a more in-depth view, but that's
you
just
might
a
need to do a
little.
review on that, bro. Get your
Yeah, let me get some. Look, shout out. Follow me anywhere.
Yeah.
Help me get my blue check.
I was going to mention somebody else, and we ain't gonna do that. We're gonna keep it right here.
Yeah, let's keep it right here.
Do some reviews, start getting some products, and
Hey, look, man. Also, before I get out of here, Pixie Set, they did do the Google Calendar sync, which is clutch.
Whoa.
Y'all need to go ahead and hop
right.
on that. It is clutch because now as soon as somebody books something
We own
from your
that
cookie
today.
store, they go ahead and they will put it in your phone. Everything is synced up. I'm so grateful for that. They got a couple more things they need to work on, but I am thankful for that. Speaking of which, I got to go check an invoice. Also, Squarespace, they got some updates that's coming. Let me tell y'all something. If you are thinking about, I just bought a Squarespace template from somebody, which is looking like it's going to be dope. I will tell you this. If you do not have Squarespace 7.1, you will have to cancel your old subscription to upgrade to the new templates. That's one thing. Also, what needs to be known is you need to check with these template people to see if they can install it on your current subscription plan or not. Let me tell you why that's clutch. I am grandfathered into an old price. Not no more once I do this upgrade because I have so much stuff that's outdated. And they didn't offer it. It is some templates out there that do offer it, but my dumb ass didn't get it. So it's all good though. Before we get out of here, you got anything coming up? Anything you working on? Any projects? Anything you need help with that you want our community to assist a young black man with the help?
Do have a couple projects coming up. Very happy to say that even.
That's good.
Yeah, man, I'm excited, bro. It's been an interesting Q1 of 2023. I'm very thankful. Most profitable Q1 that I've had in the last 4 or 5 years.
Now that's dope.
Literally off the strength and muscle of self and relationships and things like that. So very happy about that. Anything coming up? I have a couple nonprofit gigs going on that I'll be capturing and doing some videography for. Trying to get more work with the city of Charlotte. Just coming off a project with you. Thank you for your assistance with that.
Hey, that was fun.
We look forward to doing that semi-annually at this point. So
Absolutely.
twice a year we knocking that out.
Look.
Very happy to have that opportunity. Shout out to Anika. Yeah, man. And then I'm starting to piece this team together, bro. So I don't want to put out too many details out there, but I am putting it out there. The team is coming together. Contracts are being formulated to be signed. And J-Laws Productions is definitely getting off the ground. That name may be changing. I don't know yet. But just really excited to see where we're going. Bring in more clients, more work, building stronger relationships to really have longevity with this production piece, bro. So that covers videography, photography. If you do social media, let me know. What else? Looking for CPAs. We have some people on legal, but always we're looking for the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
We have a core piece together, but I personally never want to limit those resources because even if I can't utilize it, other people can. You know what I mean?
Facts.
So, tap in.
Facts. Tap in.
Yeah.
Look, y'all already know where I'm at with it. Next week, I will be talking about a wedding because I'm doing a wedding this weekend and it's going to rain. So I will be inside. So I'll let y'all know how that go. I will do a review. You know, it's funny because I'm doing a wedding in later this year. And the guy told me, yo, I understand what your contract says, but you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely going to have some people there who use cameras.
Wait, what?
I said, cool.
What is that supposed to mean?
Bro,
They're not using no camera during the wedding because
I don't
I'm
give a
doing
damn.
this. Huh?
Last wedding I did, it was 2 photographers.
Okay.
And
Okay.
luckily they were in the back. They were family members who were full-time photographers, and they were in the back.
Okay.
One dude had a 70 to 200 in that bitch. And it was an old one, but it worked.
Oh,
And
wow.
he was zooming in
Okay.
and so
Okay.
it got me to the thing where I was like, damn, yo, like, people just don't care about contracts anymore with weddings. But I am not in a position anymore. If I can leave photographers with a word, you know, I am a preacher.
A word from Gavin B.
Look,
Reverend Gavin B.
Reverend.
Rev.
If I could leave y'all with something, yo, stop worrying about shit that don't matter in your business. Control what you can control and get the work done.
Yeah, bro.
When, you know, the dude came up to me at my last wedding, he said, hey, man, he said, I have somebody in my family, the bride has somebody in their family who is photographers. He said, we didn't want to tell you because we didn't want you to be worried. Now, they didn't know me.
They don't want me to be worried. All right. All right. That's nice.
I'm glad you thought.
Yeah. So it's the reason you hired me or not? I mean, I'm trying to understand.
Well, to surprise me, I wasn't going to be worried anyway.
That part.
But,
That part.
and I said, man, it's cool. Because I know what my contract says.
Right.
And always, let me tell y'all this.
Right. That's
Shortcut.
so weird.
If your contract says you're supposed to be the only exclusive photographer, please, when you're shooting a wedding, take pictures of the other photographers there as backup. You don't have to send it to them, but keep that picture just in case it ever comes out. No, we didn't have other photographers. Then you could be like, here you go. No, you did.
Wait a minute. They said that they had photographers as a part of the family,
Yeah, they
Or
were
par-
actually family.
but they had photographers there shooting.
No, so this what happened. They had family members who were actual
photographers.
and they brought their camera. Yeah. It didn't. That's why I was like, bro, it's cool. But per my contract, nobody's supposed to have cameras in it.
Right.
But
did anybody have cameras, by the way?
just they family members.
Like,
But
like legitimate cameras, not their phones?
Oh, he had a 70 to 200.
Bro, I thought you was talking about somebody that was okay. Never mind. I'm sorry.
He had a mirrorless camera with a 70 to 200, and he was out there shooting.
Y'all heard what he said.
And it didn't.
Capture and document what you saw.
Yeah,
that is insane.
It is, but
I didn't put that together. Golly.
yeah. It was insane to be there. I was like, damn, my man got the real lens. Like,
Bro,
but,
what are you doing?
Exactly. But for me, I was like, that's why I said control what you can control.
Yeah,
I
you
wasn't
can't do
worried
about
about that. I'm not finna go to my bride and groom, ruin their day, and say, yo, just to let you know, you have somebody here with professional photography.
Because even those photographers would know the difference between a primary and secondary, and how everything that you do has to run through that primary.
Yeah, but and they know that, but
Yeah, that was.
but nobody cares.
That's true.
So when I'm there, I'm not even walking up. Only time I ever go up to somebody that has a camera that, I know you're not supposed to have one, is if your flash is interfering with mine. Or if you have a flash, I will go up to you and be like, hey, yo, you got to put that down.
Yeah.
Because now you ruining what I'm doing. Everything else, if you want to be so much of an asshole to say, hey, y'all, I know y'all paid for a photographer. I know you invested money. I know you invested time, but I thought I was so important to bring my own camera here to capture something. And not even that, I'm about to give you the pictures to show you that, yo, for whatever reason, whatever the reason you thinking, whether you thought that you did better, whether you thought I missed something, whether you thought this is going to just help make them feel joyous. If you thought it was that important, bro, that's something deep down in you that you have to fix that I have no control over. So with me,
were they super young, by the way?
They was old heads.
That's the point.
Yeah.
This is an Instagram thing. This isn't even about people. And it's the validation and the verification. Because otherwise you would be so in the moment.
Absolutely.
And watching your people, your family, do what you here to do and watch and see happen.
And I'm just chilling. So that's what I'm saying. Yo, if I can give y'all any advice, man, control what you can control. Don't trip, yo.
Yeah.
In your business, there's going to be obstacles. There's going to be things that get thrown in your way for you to trip over. Don't trip over it. Look at it, step over it, get you a laugh, learn your lesson, and keep moving, because that's what you're going to be able to give back to this generation behind you. Yo, look what I stepped over.
Yeah.
it's a lot of things. That's why I do this podcast and we on episode 149. It's because, in the last 15 years of doing photography, I done tripped over so much that I'm looking at y'all like, you don't have to trip over that. Now, some of y'all like to trip over shit.
Yeah.
That I done told you not to trip over.
Yeah.
That's why I started this podcast, and this is about to send Laws maybe down a different rant, but I'm going to get him up out of here. I talked about one of my favorite hacks is knowing what clients not to work with.
Right.
Noticing those red flags.
Yep.
Noticing how every time they do work, every time they online, they going through a situation.
Yeah.
It's certain women I don't work with. Mm-hmm. And they could have been in the right every time, but I'm just like, nope, I'm gonna avoid you because I don't want to get caught in your web. Yeah. But yeah, so don't trip over the same shit, man.
I noticed a few things. Number one, I'm so glad that you used to preach that so often about knowing who to work with, knowing not who to work with. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Knowing who not to work with. Excuse me, because it allows you to create standards for yourself, and you got to have standards for yourself outside of any craft, right? But when it comes to your craft, you definitely have to create standards. Some of your no's lead to a bigger yes. So I'd say embrace the moment. But in real time, again, having those standards allows you to not disassociate yourself from past clients, not disconnect. If anything, it's a mutual disconnection, mutual disassociation. But it gets them to see like, hey, something is different from where it was, right?
Facts.
And it's not your job to always answer for those things. Something that I will say that I literally had this conversation just yesterday, and it had to take me time to notice. I noticed some people would only contact me to come to their event because I had a camera.
Oh, absolutely.
And that was something that didn't sit well with me because I realized like, I want to take part in your moments to be happy and for it to be special just as much as the next person. If I'm only here to do a role, that's cool, but guess what? I got to charge a ticket.
I got to charge it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's not that they may even have an issue with the ticket that's charged either. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But literally, if I'm now there's reassured process. Hey, let's have a phone call. Let's set up a consultation.
Yeah.
Now I can tell you what my base rate is.
Yeah.
And not be, hey, here's ain't no more family discounts, to be honest with you. I can't eat off of that. And more importantly, my kids can't eat off of that.
Absolutely. And the fun part about it is your family members want something. I'm not even talking about you yet, right?
Yeah.
They want a family session. They know what they can and can't afford.
Yeah.
If they can afford you, they will give you the money.
Yeah.
If they want you.
Right.
If they can't afford you, they'll reach out to you and they will just say, oh, that's your price? Okay, cool. They will either go elsewhere. I have no problem with my family members booking another photographer who is cheaper. Yeah. That never bothers me because I don't know your financial situation. Damn, even though we family, even though we love each other, I don't know your financial thing because I have worked with family on certain stuff and I just didn't have the money, yo.
Yeah.
And it's embarrassing sometimes, but sometimes it's just reality. Yo, I ain't got it. Cool. Now, if I know you got the money and you book, let's say you book somebody that's better than me or that costs more than me, then I have to look at it, were they better than me? Because nothing's wrong with if you booking somebody and they better than me.
That's where it all started, right? That's why I said you gotta have a standard. You have to know your worth.
You have to.
And I don't mean just know your worth. You gotta know your worth, know your value, and then charge that. And then, as my good people will say, multiply that thing by 2 or by 10.
Yeah.
However you want to multiply it, but you multiply it because otherwise you're playing yourself.
Absolutely. So when it comes to family, I ask myself, can they afford me, or did they get somebody a better value that's or better skill? If you say no to all 3 of those, or if I say, oh, yes, 3 of those, it makes me comfortable saying, yo, I can't give you a discount.
Yeah.
Because if you can afford me and you like the value and I'm the best option, then cool, you're going to book.
Right.
If you say no to all that, yo, you cost too much, I found somebody cheaper or better value, blah, 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 whatever the case may be, then I have to sit there and be comfortable with you saying you went elsewhere or you just did not get the work done.
Yeah.
But there's no need for me to say, yo, let me devalue myself to work with you.
That part.
But as me and Laws always know, certain people in your family can hit you up and you ain't charging them.
Absolutely. 100%.
My grandmother, when she called me to do that big ass family shoot
100%.
that I failed on, according to my family members, my aunts, being the realest that they are from the west side of Charlotte. They definitely let me know. Nephew.
Yeah. Nephew.
Hey, all right. now let's talk about this shoot. And I'm like, yo, God dang. But it was real though.
Yeah.
And as soon as I got back, you know what Law said? Why didn't you tell me to come out there just to take this one big group picture?
Bro.
Well, Laws, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? But it's a real thing. You know, certain people can call. And my mom calls me. I'm not charging my mom for her graduation shoot, as you know I did, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now, that dirty ass cousin who ghetto online, and I really don't really fuck with you like that. Yo, you gotta pay for a price, man. You gotta pay.
I'm gonna tell you, the space that I'm enjoying now, these are my rates. These are the tiers of my rates. Which one do you want to select? We're not negotiating anything besides maybe possibly the deliverable. But the number is the number. And that's a space that I cannot compromise anymore for family, friends, or anybody else.
Absolutely.
Once I realized, I literally gave them a number. They have not seen my work. Outside of my website, www.jam-laws.com. They've seen nothing but my website, and they're willing to pay me. Oh, wait, what? Mm-hmm. It changed my standard. It changed my way of thinking and actually doing business. And so I'd much rather operate in that space and figure out how to navigate that than have to nickel and dime and back and forth about really what amounts to being nothing. Because every time I've shown up, no one can say I haven't over-delivered, whether it be I'm scouting your location, whether it be I'm giving you more than what you asked for, whether it be, hey, considering the circumstances that you gave me no details for, I gave you the best thing that could fucking possibly happen.
Facts. When in doubt, over-deliver. That's something I always do with family. Yeah. Like, you'll get more. I'm not going to tell you that, but in the end, I will over-deliver and help you out. Yo, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, checking this out. This was going to be a 15-minute episode because I had nothing to, I was going to be talking to myself. And then Law showed up, and I thank him for that. I appreciate you, man. No doubt,
bro. I appreciate you, dog.
Look, and I got a special treat for y'all next week. So tune in for it, and you will see what will happen. I'm going to holler at y'all.
Yeah. Stay tuned to the vibes.